everyone, welcome back to LifeChat with me, Karima. So today we're going to be talking about after you become a Christian, what happens? Do you feel different? I was expecting to feel a difference and I didn't. I got baptized, and after I accepted the Lord, I was thinking to have, a life change right away, and I didn't, but it's okay. It's a process. It takes time. I didn't realize that till later. It's been 19 years since I've accepted the Lord in my life. And over time, after you start being in His Word and having a relationship with Him, you will see those changes. But I remember going to church and seeing people with their Bibles and their notes, and I was thinking, I want that. I want to do that. Why can't I do that? And then my husband and I signed up for Sunday school. And this lady who you can just know, you can see the Lord in her life. It's so evident. She would sit there and start, praying for us before we started the class. And she prayed with such passion. And I'm like, I want that. I want that. Whatever she has, I want that. And then I would see my husband, read his Bible in the morning. Every morning he would wake up, and the first thing he did was grab a cup of coffee, go to his office, and start reading the Bible. And I thought, I want that. I want to do that. And over time, I was thinking, what's keeping me from doing all these things? Nothing but excuses. I'm going to church. I can buy a Bible. I can take a notebook with me. I can pray. I can do all these things. And in my head, I was thinking, well, I have to do this just a certain way. I have to pray a certain way, and I have to read just the right way. And no. That's not true. That's not true. Okay. So when you are a new Christian, you're not going to pray like somebody who's been a Christian for 20 years. You're just not, because you don't know what to say. You're just a beginner pretty much. And so, but over time it will come. God doesn't want us to be perfect. He wants us to be obedient. Sometimes I pray in my car. Sometimes I pray in my kitchen. It all depends on what's going on at the time. Sometimes I just stop and pray to thank Him for all the things He has done for me. But when I just became a Christian, I had a hard time talking about God to people. I had a hard time telling people that I was a Christian because I was afraid of what they were going to think about me. But I shouldn't do that. One day I was reading my Bible and I came upon this verse in Matthew 10:33, and it says, if you deny me here on earth, I will deny you before my Father in heaven. And I thought, oh no, that's not good. I don't want to deny God. I love God. He's my Father and I'm His daughter. And I shouldn't be ashamed to share, my testimony or what He's done for me. So I just started telling people wherever I go. I don't care if I'm in Walmart or if I'm at a restaurant, or it doesn't matter if someone is around and they start a conversation with me. You can be sure I'm going to share my testimony as much as I can. And I think we should. I don't think we should be afraid to talk about God. I remember going to my husband's parents' church one time, and the sermon was so good. And the pastor said, stand firm in your faith. And I believe we should do that. I believe we should stand firm in our faith. We shouldn't be afraid of what others think about us. We are connected to an amazing God who loves us, who protects us, who guides us, who gives us absolutely everything we need. We should have no shame in sharing our testimony. I started seeing changes in my life when I started seeking God and truly having a relationship with Him. That's when I really started to see, the changes and the growth in my faith. So here is 4 practical applications. Number 1 is find a home church. Find a place where you can go that would help you grow in your faith. It's important that you go to church and listen to someone who knows what they're talking about. Like me, I grew up in a Muslim country speaking Arabic. Then I moved to France speaking French. And so English was my third language. reading the Bible was very hard for me to even understand half of the stuff in there. So it's very helpful when I go to church and I listen to a sermon and the pastor who knows what they're talking about, he breaks everything down for me to understand it. So it's really, really important. And I know because of COVID, a lot of churches are closed right now, but there is many, many, many sermons online that you can find. Matter of fact, our church, Compassion Christian Church, is online all week long, live on Sunday, but you can connect anytime with them as well. And so as long as you have someone break it down, the word for you where you can understand it, do it. Just it's so important. The second thing I would encourage you to do is to buy a Bible and read it. Just spend a few minutes in the morning or in the evening. I know it's not easy and our schedules are busy all the time, but it's so important that we spend time with the Lord and His Word. That's the only way you're going to grow your faith, and that's the only way you're going to change, is by spending time with the Lord, and that's how we communicate with Him, by reading His Word. I know it's not easy, like I said, because I remember when my kids were little, they were both in diapers, and it was hard. I mean, I changed this diaper and I changed this diaper and I breastfed this one, and then I had to clean the house and I had to make dinner, and then even when they get older, as a mom, you get up, you hit, you're running as soon as you put your feet on the ground, cleaning the house or taking the kids to school or whatever. But it's so important that we take the time to spend with the Lord. We have to. And so I started doing that. I'm like, you know what? I don't care what's happening. I'm going to sit down and give God my time, because He's number one. He should be number one in my life. And so then my family comes second, but I need to put Him first. It's important. So I started doing that. I started getting up a little earlier and spending time with the Lord. The third thing is pray. Just take a few minutes every day and pray to the Lord and ask Him for help if you're struggling with something, or thank Him for what He's done for you. I look forward to spending time with Him every morning, reading His Word and praying to Him. As a woman and a wife and a mother, you always worry. You worry about your kids in school, you worry about your husband, you worry about the safety of everyone. And so it's nice to just be able to come to the Lord and pray and get that peace every morning. I just love it. I can't do anything without it, for sure. And so it's very important that you take time and just read His Word, like I said, and pray to Him. The last thing, number 4, is to practice what you read. Don't just read the Bible. Practice what it says. Here in James 1, chapter 1, verse 22 to 25, it says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourself. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says, it's like someone who looks at his face in the mirror, and after looking at himself, goes away and immediately forgets what he looked like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do." So it's important that we don't just read the Bible, we do what it says. The Bible is like a life guide. It really is. It has everything you need, from marriage to children to to just taking care of yourself as a person, even if you're not married. There's just everything you need is on there. So anyway, I pray that this video was helpful to you, and I pray that it was encouraging to you. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Blessings to all and much love.